Hunter, Brian Ogle, and Eric Glenn. And now, the starting lineup for your Custer Wildcats. Introducing the defense. At defensive line, a 5'11 freshman, number 82, Carter Kern. On the defensive line, a 5'9 senior, number 76, Zayden LaPlaca. On the defensive line, a 6'1 senior, number 6'7, Logan Olson. On the defensive line, a 5'11 junior, number 55, Dalton Marshall. On the defensive line, a 6'2 junior, number 53, Lincoln Golder. At linebacker, a 5'8 senior, number 41, Blaze Arp. At safety, a 6' junior, number 25, David Lewis. At linebacker, a 5'6 freshman, number 13, Relic Bailey. At defensive back, a 5'8 junior, number 9, Jackson Trent. At safety, a 5'7 junior, number 5, Riley Trout. At safety, a 6'2 senior, number 4, Brady Virtue. And at linebacker, a 5'9 senior, number 2, Daniel Limermino. Wildcats are coached by Russ Evans, assisted by David Williams, Ty Daly, Terry Sitchin, Clayton Sanders, Joseph Williams, Sam First, and Dallas Shields. At this time, if you would please rise. Remove cover, face the flag on the 50-yard line. As tonight's national anthem is performed by the Custer High School Pep Band under the direction of Ms. Catherine Halliday. Great job, Pep Band. 50-50 tickets are being sold tonight. The proceeds will benefit Black Hills Road Trip of Hope. So cheerleaders will be coming around with the 50-50 bucket. We'll be drawing at halftime. 50-51. Captains Imermino.
Hi, I'm Jerry Marmino. Thank you for watching Wildcat Football. Hi, I'm Brady Virtue. Thanks for watching Wildcat Football.
All right, hello ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Custer High School Media live coverage of Wildcat football. I'm Tayton Vincent. I'll be bringing you tonight's broadcast with tonight's producer, Alexa Winkler, up in the booth above me. We're excited to bring you this broadcast from beautiful Custer football field in Custer, South Dakota as the Wildcats take on the Rapid City Christian Comets. The Wildcats enter this game with a 1-6 overall record, while the Comets are 3-4 overall with wins over Lakota Tech, Lead Deadwood, and Chamberlain. The Comets entered this one on a 2-game win streak. And as for the Wildcats, they lost a tough one last week. This is the final game of their 3-game home stretch. They lost to Belfouche last week by a score of 18-14. Heading into this matchup with the Comets, let's look at some of the Wildcat stats from the last game against the Bronx. It looks like the Wildcats are going to get the opening kickoff of this ball game as the officials are just finishing up the coin toss there. But as for some stats from the game against Belfouche, Danny Imermino rushed 17 times for 132 yards and a touchdown, along with 4 tackles on the defensive side. His touchdown came on the opening drive of the game, opening play of the game as well. Brady Virtue had 2 receptions for 46 yards and led the team with 12 tackles on the defensive side of things. Riley Trout had 9 tackles on the evening and was followed by freshman Relic Bailey with 5. Golder, Olson, and LaPlaca each helped get a sack.
Jeremiah Williams sets kickoff back deep for the Wildcats. Imermino, Virtue, and Trout.
So Imermino, Virtue, and Trout are going to be back deep for the Wildcats. I'm going to flip some of my stat sheets here so I can bring this to you. We were having a couple of technical difficulties earlier, so I'll do my best to remember to update the time a little more frequently this game. So this kick is squibbed up the middle and taken by Arp, and Arp just wraps it up, and the Wildcats are going to start their possession at the 30.
That's where the Wildcats will start. 1st and 10, Custer.
So the Rapid City Christian starting defense, number 1, Hudson Ogley, number 5, Reagan Koskin, number 7, Sully Kiefer, number 10, Turner Tonkel, number 24, Dominic Maceman. As the Wildcats line up here, I'll continue on after this snap, almost high over John Cor's head, but they get it. That one is Danny Imermino, who will spin for about 2 yards on the play and tackled by a couple of Comets there. Number 24, Dominic Maceman, number 28, Reed Lindberg, number 38, Kai Gerlich, number 52, Mikey Gwynn, number 66, Garrett Mellendorf, number 72, Caleb Mante, number 77, Keel Krangus. John Core back, looking to pass. He's rolling out wide. Looks like he's going to tuck it and run. He's going to get tackled by number 7, Sully Kiefer. John Core gets down to gets a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play, so it's going to be 3rd down and short for the Wildcats. Looks like 3rd down and 3 coming the Wildcats' direction. Tonight is the final home game for the Wildcats. So they are having senior night here and honoring their 5 seniors on the roster. John Core under center. Handoff coming. The Wildcats are going to be stopped behind the line. I believe that was number 66, Garrett Mellendorf, who was there, the 6'2" senior for the Rapid City Christian Comets. So gain of nothing. It's 4th down and 2. Kiefer's going to be back deep. Sully Kiefer back deep to return here for the Comets. As the Wildcats are showing punt here. It's a fake. Danny Imermino takes off. He's across the 50. He's going to have to beat Kiefer, but he's just going to step out of bounds at the 35. So he gets across midfield. Big gain there for the Wildcats on the fake punt. So the Wildcats are into Comet territory. They are on the 35-yard line here. So we've seen a couple times this year the Wildcats go to that where they've got Imermino back there as the punter, and he's got some speed and definitely can show on some of those plays. Picked up a good block on the outside on that last play. He's met right at the line by number 24, Dominic Maceman, and number 28, Reed Lindberg. So a gain of 0 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. as we go under 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The Wildcats will have one game remaining on their schedule after this one. It'll be against Lakota Tech. Quick handoff to Arp up the middle. Arp's going to fall forward. Looks like he gains one on the play.
It's going to be 3rd and 9 Wildcats.
So it'll be 3rd down and 9 to go for the Wildcats on this possession. Of course, the last game against Belfouche, the Wildcats were on a great drive, ending that game, but ended up with a holding call after a 4th down conversion that wiped that off. Veek's going to tuck it and run. Veek crosses the 25. Looks like he goes out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. So enough for a first down. So the Wildcats will pick up another first down on this possession. Their second one of the possession. Great play there by Veek just to be able to catch the snap. It almost went over the top of his head, but he was able to corral that one. And the line held up long enough that when he kind of was able to check, he just had to take it. This is Trout going out to the outside, but he's going to lose a yard on the play.
Loss of a couple on the play. Tackled by a host of
So it'll bring up 2nd down and long for the Wildcats.
2nd and 12 Wildcats.
Loss of 2 on that one. Looks like the Wildcats have a couple more guys on the injured list tonight. Seeing a few more people in their dress clothes as the season winds down. I know the season starts to get a little longer here, so hopefully those boys will be back next week. Pass coming this way, near side to David Lewis. Complete. They pick up about 7 on the play, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Wildcats. Nice pass there from John Core to Lewis. So 3rd down, 5 to go for the Wildcats. Wildcats into the red zone now. Another pass. Another one to Lewis. Just off his fingertips. So it'll bring up 4th down and 5 for the Wildcats. The Wildcats are sending on Pasica. Pasica coming on. She's standing at the 23. So it'll be a 33-yard field goal attempt coming from Pasica. It's up. Got the distance, and it's good. So the Wildcats will be on the board early with the field goal from Pasica.
With 8:01 left in the first quarter.
So with 8 minutes and 1 second remaining, the Wildcats take the early 3-0 lead on the Pasica field goal. So Wildcats on that possession had 9 plays. Drove about 50 yards on that possession, a little over, and pick up the field goal. So good start there for the Wildcats. Let's see what the Wildcat defense can do this time around. In our last game, the Wildcat defense recovered 2 fumbles and had 2 interceptions against Belfouche. Pasica out for the kickoff for the Wildcats. She's kicking deep. It looks like Hudson Oakley, and I can't quite pick up the other number. Maybe Peyton Glenn or Lincoln Coleman. Short kick. It was picked up by Brady Peterson.
Brady Peterson on the return.
Peterson on the return. Got about to the 3-yard line.
At their 43-yard line, 1st and 10, Rapid City Christian.
So the Comets will start at their own 43. I'll work on names here for the Comets. I believe Peyton Glenn at quarterback. Early handoff to number 28, Reed Lindenberg. He was almost wrapped up in the backfield, but able to shake off the first tackle. He picks up 5 on the play. Brady Virtue is in on the tackle. So that was Lindbergh with his first touch of the game. Looked like that was maybe Carter Kern in the backfield for the Wildcats, the freshman. 5'11" freshman for the Wildcats. Just wasn't quite able to wrap his arms up around Lindbergh. We've got 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near side. So split receivers here for the Comets. They'll hand off to Lindbergh again. He makes a move. Good pickup there by David Lewis, but not until Lindbergh was able to pick up the first down. So nice run in there from Lindbergh for the Comets to pick up their first down of this drive. And they're across midfield and into Wildcat territory. Same lineup as last time. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. They drop back to pass. They're taken to the air, coming to the near side. It's caught by Sully Kiefer. And it's going to be Lewis with another tackle. So Kiefer's reception goes for about 20 yards. So that'll be a first down for the Comets again. Good pass there from Glenn to Sully Kiefer. Kiefer, Oakley, it's like Peterson and Koskin out for receivers. QB keep. The Wildcats do not wrap him up at all, but Glenn is going to scramble. Looked like he was maybe a yard or so shy. 2 yards shy of a first down, so 2nd down and 2 to go for the Comets. Wildcat defense just giving up 5 or more yards on about every play so far this possession. So let's see if they can string a couple stops together as the Comets have moved into the red zone here with 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. QB option, pitch comes to Lindbergh. Lindbergh is tackled by Arp and Virtue. He picks up enough for a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal.
It's going to be 1st and goal, Comets.
For the Comets. Similar to last week's game, if you're a Wildcat fan, the Bronx had drove down into this same situation, and the Bronx ended up coughing it up on a fumble, I believe recovered by Logan Olson. So see if the defense can make a stop here. 1st and goal. Got to get a couple strung together. Fake handoff coming. Glenn on the keeper. Tackled by Virtue.
2nd and goal, Comets.
So 2nd down and goal from the 4.
50-50 is going around.
Excuse me, from the 3.
Again, all proceeds tonight.
So clock ticks to 5 minutes. The Wildcats still up 3-0.
Assistance to breast cancer warriors in the Black Hills and surrounding areas.
So 3 receivers left, 1 right. Snap to the quarterback. It's QB keeper. Glenn stumbles. Brady Virtue meets him and spins him around. Doesn't quite get into the end zone, so it'll be 3rd down and 1. Third down from the 1. So big play here for the Wildcat defense. That was Virtue in on the tackle along with Lewis to keep Glenn from going into the end zone. Still in the shotgun for the Comets. Glenn and Lindbergh. Another QB option. Blazart meets him at the end zone, but that's Lindbergh that's going to go in for the 1-yard touchdown. So the Comets are going to take the lead 6-3. They're going to send on their kicker, number 55, Jeremiah Williams.
Jeremiah Williams on to attempt the extra point.
So 3 minutes and 57 seconds remaining. The Comets here have an extra point and a chance to go up 7-3. Ball's down. Hold was good. Looks like it's straight through the uprights there. Signal's good from the officials. So the Comets take the lead 7-3 with 3 minutes and 57 seconds remaining. I'm going to step aside for a quick break, and we'll be right back for the kickoff. Welcome back. I'm Tate and Vincent here to bring you this broadcast. As we have Williams kicking off, it's a scoop kick up the middle to Trout. Trout picks it up. He crosses the 30, finds a little bit of a gap, and he's spun down at the 40-yard line. So Wildcats will take over from their own 40. Those of you listening at home or on the road, we'd love to hear where you're listening from. Just drop us a comment in the comment section on YouTube here, and we'll make sure to give you a little shout-out. Man in motion, Zimmermino. John Core back to throw a pass. He hits Lewis. Lewis bobbles it, and he did catch it. He bobbled it, about hit the ground. The official there right on top of it. Signals there that it was a catch, so it'll be 2nd down and 7 to go. But first pass of this drive is complete from John Core to Lewis. So Wildcats taking to the air a little earlier in this game compared to the last time around against the Bronx. Handoff was up the middle. There's about 4 Comet defenders that swallowed up Imermino there. Imermino did gain 1 on the play, so 3rd down and 6. The Wildcats need to get across the midfield line to gain enough for a 1st down as the clock winds down under 3 minutes here remaining in the first quarter. Man in motion. John Core running behind some lead blockers. Big hit on that play. There's a flag down as well. That was number 28, Reed Lindbergh, that had the big hit. Holding on the Wildcats. That was a big hit there from Lindbergh, so penalty coming for the Wildcats. First penalty of the game either way.
Penalties declined. It'll be 4th and 4.
So the penalty is declined on the play, so it'll bring up 4th down and 4 to go for the Wildcats. The Wildcats were at a 4th down, about similar field position, and they faked it last time, so I would assume the Comets are going to be ready for this one, but Imermino back to punt for the Wildcats. Good snap, punts off. Kiefer, fair catches, just
Nice
inside
punt by
the 20,
Amorino.
right at the 20.
Fair catch by Kiefer. Comets will start at their
So the
20-yard
Comets are going to
line.
start at their own
First
20-yard
and 10
line here on this
possession.
possession, as the Wildcats had a 3-and-out punt. Good punt there from Immermino. There's 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in this first quarter, with the Comets leading 7-3. Kiefer and Koskin on the near side here. Same lineup as last time, same formation. Quick screen pass out to Oakley. He sheds a tackle, and it's going to be Virtue who wraps him up. It looks like Ogle is going to pick up enough for a first down.
Close to the line of game. And it will be a Comet first
Yes,
down.
that'll be a Comet first down. There was no official signal, but the ball's across that line there, and they were just behind the 20, so the ball's touching right at the 30. I believe that should have just been a first down. So that's what they got the signal up over there. The 1:20 remaining in this quarter. Handoff up the middle. This is number 4, Noteboom. And he's tackled by Lewis.
Noteboom on the carry.
Noteboom there
Tackled by
picks up
David
9 on the
Lewis.
play, it looks like. David Lewis was there on the tackle for the Wildcats.
Second and short for the Comets.
So second and short, the Comets still moving pretty well, getting a good push from the front line, and then they've had a couple of nice pass plays on their previous drive and to start this one. Handoff is fake, so Glenn will keep it. And Glenn coming out to the outside. That's Virtue and Immermino who come up with that tackle, but not until Glenn is across midfield and to the 47-yard line. So they're in the Wildcat territory now. Second first down on this possession for the Comets. The clock's still ticking away. The Comets line up. They must like what they see. Ball snapped. Quick pass out wide, almost over the top. Looks like Riley Trout and David Lewis are going to tackle Ogle there for a loss of about 3 on the play. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter with the Comets leading 7-3. I'm Tayton Vincent. I'm going to step aside here for the quarter break as they move the football and flip sides. Just going to let me know when it's back. Just going to let me know when it's back.
Pass complete to Kiefer. Brady Virtue there
Good.
right away. It'll be third.
All right, welcome back. That was Sully Kiefer who had the 10-yard reception on that play to start off the second quarter for us here for the Comets on the night. Nice pass from Glenn, so it's going to be third down and 3 to go for the Comets. Ball sitting right at the 40-yard line. Kiefer's been the main target along with Hudson Oakley. Handoff coming near side to Lindbergh. Lindbergh does pick up enough for the first down, so the third first down for the Comets.
Riley Trout,
The Comets drive continues. Riley Trout in on that tackle for the Wildcats. So the Comets up 7-3 here. The start of our second quarter. They picked up a first down on that last play, and their drive will continue here. Play number 9. flag coming from the backfield.
Delay of game on the
Comets.
Comets.
So it'll be first down and 15. Again, we always love to hear where you're listening from, so if you drop a comment in the comment section here on YouTube, we would greatly appreciate it. David Lewis on the tackle there. Lindbergh on another carry.
Second and 6.
It'll be second down and 6. Looked like Relic Bailey or Trout. I don't remember which one there. On the play was back into the backfield on that handoff and had a chance to wrap up Lindbergh, but were unable to. So a couple of plays where the Wildcats have been into the backfield and had a little bit of contact, but just not quite able to wrap up Reed Lindbergh. And the Comets are able to pick up 5 to 10 yards on those couple of plays. And this handoff goes to Notaboom. And Virtue sneaks through and tackles Notaboom for a loss. So that'll bring up third down and 11. So 5-yard loss on the play for Notaboom. Big tackle there from the senior Brady Virtue. So big play here for the defense of the Wildcats. We got third down and 11 for the Comets. Comets looking to pass. They're looking in Kiefer's direction. They're taking a shot to the end zone. The signal is that Kiefer will have a touchdown. That is a 33-yard touchdown reception.
First and goal, Comets. Touchdown, Comets.
So the Comets are going to go up 13-3. They're sending on number 55, Jeremiah Williams, for the extra point. Snaps good, holds down, kicks up, and it's through the uprights. So we've got 14-3 Comets lead with 9 minutes and 36 seconds remaining before halftime. That drive was an 11-play drive, capped off with the Comets. 33-yard touchdown reception for Simon Kiefer. The pass was thrown by Peyton Glenn, the 6'3" junior quarterback for the Comets. That Comet drive was 80 yards. Trout, Virtue, and Emermino will be back for the Wildcats on the kick return. The other two kicks for the Comets have been squib kicks. I'd assume the same here. Comes again. Arp catches this one. He returned it starting at the 30. He gets out just shy of the 40. So the Wildcats will be taking over at their own. Looks like they're marking that 38. So Wildcats are going to take over at their own 38-yard line. The Wildcats are currently down 14-3 with 9.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Concord takes the snap. Wildcats drop back to pass. They take a shot in Virtue's direction. It's intercepted by Hudson Ogley. So the Comets will take over on their own 39. Excuse me, the 34. He'll come out throwing right away. That ball goes right through the hands of Reagan Koskin.
Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
So to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Comets. Comets, QB Glenn will fake it and keep it. Picks up a block from Kiefer. He's going to step out to the outside, and he steps out of bounds at the 47-yard line. But that's more than enough for a first down there for the Comets. So Glenn with a nice run for the Comets. Wildcat front line on the defensive side of things looks like it's Olsen, Golder, LaPlaca, and Marshall lined up for the Wildcats. Quick handoff coming to Ogle. He's wrapped up by Emermino. A short gain, if a gain at all, on the play.
No gain on the play. Tackled by Emermino.
So 2nd down and 10 to go for the Comets. Peterson and Ogle here on the near side out as wide receivers for Glenn. Glenn in the backfield with Lindbergh. Glenn takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back. Short little pass. It's dropped by Lindbergh. Lindbergh had a lot of open field there and a couple of linemen out there to block on the quick screen play, but the pass was incomplete. Wildcats thankful on that one. So that'll bring up 3rd down and long.
We have a Contigo water bottle turned in that was left at the ticket booth. If you can tell us what color it is, we'll give it back. Whatever's in it tastes kind of funny, though.
So 2 receivers to each side for Glenn. Glenn hands it off up the middle.
Lindbergh on the carry.
Lindbergh on the carry is going to pick up enough for a first down.
First down, Comets.
So the Comets will pick up their 2nd one of the drive on play number 5. Glenn, quick pass near side to Peterson. Peterson is tackled by Lewis. Ball popped out, but not until after the receiver was already down on the play. So another first down for the Comets. 3rd one of this drive. As the Comets are on the Wildcat 25. Kern replacing Marshall on the front line for the Wildcats. The line of the Comets has done well so far tonight, giving Glenn enough time in the pocket to complete some of these passes. QB option. Glenn fakes the pitch. He's wrapped up by Trout. Glenn picks up 8 on the play. Bring up 2nd down and short.
2nd and 2, Comets.
For the Comets have moved into the red zone. Where so far tonight they're 2 for 2 in the red zone. There's 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining here in this first half. Glenn fakes a handoff looking near side. David Lewis there immediately. The pass was complete to Koskin. Koskin will pick up the first down, so it's 1st and goal for the Comets. Looking at play number 9. Comets go 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Still with Lindbergh in the backfield alongside Glenn. Glenn with a short little dump to Ogle. Ogle steps in.
Touchdown, Comets. Jeremiah Williams on to attempt the extra point.
So Jeremiah Williams will come on to attempt the extra point. That takes the Comets to 20. Wildcats at 3. Williams kicks up. Right through the uprights. So the Comets take the lead 21 to 7. So the Comets' possession there started with the Ogle interception, and it ends with the Ogle touchdown reception.
Don't forget, 50-50 will draw at halftime also. And proceeds tonight benefit Black Hills Road Trip of Hope.
The Wildcats have forced the Comets into a couple of 3rd and long situations, but the Wildcat defense tonight so far has been unable to come up with a stop on those 3rd downs, to force any 4th downs. So with 5 minutes and 57 seconds remaining, the Comets lead the Wildcats 21-3. This kick goes deep to Trout, picked up at the 15. Trout crossed the 25. And he gets across the 30.
Riley Trout on the
A flag coming in late on the play. I believe there's a block in the black there holding on the Wildcats. So the Wildcats, instead of starting at the 30, I believe are going to start at the 20-yard line. So the Wildcats will start right at their own 20-yard line.
1st and 10, Custer.
1st and 10 here for the Wildcats on senior night with 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining before halftime. Comets up 21-3. Tom Corn in the backfield, looking to pass early. Pass complete to Virtue. Pickup of 6 on the play. Wildcats' last possession was an interception on the first play of the drive. So Wildcats start with another pass that was complete to Virtue. Virtue leads the team so far this season with 28 receptions, 308 yards, and 1 touchdown for the Wildcats. Imermino in the backfield. Wildcats look to pass again, complete to Lewis. Lewis is tackled at the 21. The official right next to him throws a flag. So Lewis is going to have enough for a 1st down. My guess would be a face mask on the play. I don't really think there was face mask on the Comets is the call, so the Wildcats will have enough for a 1st down, and they'll get 15 on the penalty. I believe both teams have had 2 penalties on the night, that one being the biggest penalty so far, 15 yards. Handoff to Imermino. Imermino bounces it wide on the far side. Kiefer picks up a nice open field tackle. Imermino will gain 3 on the play. That was a nice tackle there by Kiefer. I believe Simon Kiefer, yep. Simon was on that tackle. So I'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Wildcats on this possession. Clock nearing 4 minutes here before half. Pitch to Immermino. Immermino coming to the near side. He's met well in the backfield. He sheds one tackler, sticks the ball out, but the Wildcats will be right back to the original line of scrimmage on this set of downs. So we lost 3 on the play, so it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Wildcats from their own 45. Virtue and Trout wide on the far side, the left side for John Core. Lewis to the right. Quick slant from Virtue. It's complete to Virtue. Virtue's going to have enough for a 1st down. The Wildcats convert. Wildcats pick up their 2nd 1st down of this drive with 3.5 minutes remaining before halftime.
1st down, Custer. Again, reminder, senior parents of football players and band members, please head down to the track on the west side by Mr. Cass.
Trout and Arp in the backfield. John Core looking to pass. He's going to be swallowed up by number 66, Garrett Mellendorf. So the Wildcats will lose 10 on the play. 2nd down and 20.
2nd and 20 for the Cats.
Mellendorf, the 6'2" senior defensive lineman, was quick to get through there and get to Veek in the backfield. So big sack there for the Comets. Going to back the Wildcats up and force 2nd down and long. John Core finds Virtue. Virtue just across midfield. It's a gain of only about 4 on the play. So it'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Going to be 3rd and long, Wildcats.
3rd and about 16 or 17 yards. As Wildcats need a big gain on this play. As the clock ticks to under 2 minutes remaining before halftime. Comets 21, Wildcats 3. Man in motion. Snap is fumbled. Veek doesn't quite get to it. It's a battle. Number 5, that's Reagan Koskin, is going to scoop that one up. As John Core is helped off the field, limping there for the Wildcats. We'll hope that he'll be right back out there, but that is a 25-yard scoop and score on the play for Koskin. That takes the Comets to 27. Williams on the kick here. Snaps down, kicks up and good. So that'll be 28-3. The Comets will take the lead. With 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining in the half. John Core being attended to by the trainers on the Wildcats side. As always, appreciative that we have the training staffs that we do and the trainers on hand for these high school events. Good sign that Veek is up and moving around. He tweaked an ankle 2 weeks ago. So maybe just another little tweak of the ankle. Looks like he's maybe going to put his helmet back on and be ready to go on this drive. As Williams looking right, looking left, ready to kick off here. Kicked deep. Trout takes it, spins around at the 10. And 3 or 4 Comets in on that tackle. One of them was Jet Dreyer. So the Wildcats will take over at their own 24. So the last 2 Wildcat drives resulted in one in an interception, and the other one a scoop and score for the Comets. 1 minute and 27 seconds remaining before halftime. Comets lead 28-3. Whistle.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout. With that timeout, I'm going to step aside for a quick break as well. We'll be right back. Here, I'm Tate and Vincent announcing on our YouTube channel here with the Custer High School Media Group. John Corey is back out there. He throws near side to Lewis. Lewis catches it, sheds the first tackler. He's wrapped up by Goskin. Looks like it's enough for a first down for the Wildcats. So Wildcats do pick up a first down. There's a minute 16. The clock continues to tick in the first half here, the second quarter that we are currently in. So good to see that John Corr is able to get back out there after being helped off on that play that was a fumble. Handoff to Imermino. Imermino up the middle and spins for a gain of 4. Timeout coming from the Wildcats. So the Wildcats will have second down and 6 with 50 seconds remaining in the half. Wildcats taking that timeout. The last timeout before that break that I took was taken by the Comets, so both teams have 2 timeouts remaining in the half here. And currently again sitting with the Comets up 28-3. So both teams are back out. Timeout coming to an end as the coaches hustle off the field. Players are ready to go, taking positions. John Corr back in the backfield there is Arp with him. Pressure coming. Ball's high to Virtue. Bounces through Virtue's hands. I think it hit Kiefer's hands as well for the Comets, so it'll bring up third down and 7 for the Wildcats. The clock stopped at 45 seconds. Wildcats have the ball at their own 37. So a long way to go yet on this drive. Wildcats have not been across. Well, they were right at midfield last 2 possessions ago. John Corr is going to be sacked. That was number 72, Caleb Manti. So there's going to be a timeout on the field. The Wildcats are going to have 4th down and long. The timeout taken by the Comets. So a big sack on that play. So Manti and Mellendorf both have picked up sacks here for the Comets on that front line. Manti, a junior, 6'1" junior, and Mellendorf, a 6'2" senior for the Comets. So the Wildcats will have Immermino back to punt. Sully Kiefer back deep, standing at his own 35. Snap to Immermino. He kind of looked around, punts off. Kiefer takes it, takes off running. There's a flag down. Kiefer took it across midfield. There's 23 seconds showing on the game clock as the Wildcat defense comes on. We'll wait to hear the signal or see the signal from the officials. The Comets are ready to go, but it looks like the penalty is going to be on the Comets. So he had signaled for a fair catch.
Invalid fair catch.
There'll be a 15-yard penalty on the Comets. So instead of taking over
15-yard penalty
in Wildcat territory, they're going to be on their own 32. So 23 seconds remaining until halftime here. The Comets are up 28-3. They've got Glenn at quarterback, Lindbergh in the backfield with him. They look to pass. They take a quick shot there. Pass was intended for Koskin. Went through Koskin's hands and it fell incomplete. So there's 18 seconds remaining now. See what the Comets coach, Mac McIntosh, decides to call on this play. The Comets have scored on all of their drives so far tonight. Hand off to Lindbergh. Lindbergh is tackled by Arp. It's enough for a first down. LaPlaca also in on the tackle. There's 11 seconds remaining. A timeout coming for the Comets. The Comets' last timeout.
Timeout, Comets.
So the Comets have the ball at their own 43. 11 seconds remaining. A fresh set of downs. Looks like Glenn and Kiefer over talking to their head coach or their offensive coordinator there. So offensive coordinator out on the field with them, having a little discussion here. He's hustling back off. Wildcat defense needs to come up with a stop here to end the half. Quick pass coming.
Passing complete.
Incomplete. It was throwing Koskin's way. There's 7 seconds remaining now in the half.
2nd and 10, Comets.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Comets. Quick play. Looked like Koskin just wasn't turned around on the play for his quarterback there. And the ball was a little behind him. So at least one more play here in this half. Snap to Glenn. He's looking to pass. It's a little screen. It's thrown to Notaboom. Notaboom is tackled by Virtue, and that's going to bring us to halftime. The halftime score is going to be the Rapid City Christian Comets 28, Wildcats 3.
So get out your 50-50 tickets. It is a white ticket. They're all white tickets. He is escorted by his parents, Carl and Mermino and Crystal Zader. He has played football for 7 years. His favorite football memory is when the Wildcats won the homecoming game last year. Danny's advice to underclassmen is to hit the weight room as much as possible. He would like to thank his brother Bradley. Bradley is the reason that he started playing football. After graduation, he plans to continue his football career. Daniel and Mermino, ladies and gentlemen. Our next senior is Logan Olson. Logan is escorted by his parents, Scott and Diane Olson. He has played football for 9 years. His favorite football memory is catching an interception against Lee Deadwood this year. His advice to the underclassmen is to hit the weight room and listen to your coaches. Logan would like to thank his parents for always believing in him. He has not decided what he will be doing after graduation. Logan Olson, ladies and gentlemen. Our next senior is Zayden LaPlaca. Zayden is escorted by his grandparents, Steve and Tammy Price. He has played football for 8 years. As far as his favorite football memory, he said there isn't any one individual thing. He has had many memorable moments. Zayden's advice to the underclassmen is to get involved in sports, have fun, work hard, and always ask for help if needed. He would like to thank all of his coaches and grandparents for supporting him all the way and pushing him to be better. After graduation, he has decided to go into forestry or game and fish. Zayden LaPlaca, ladies and gentlemen. Our next senior is band member Hunter Woodward. Hunter is escorted by his parents, Rusty Woodward and Jennifer Long. His favorite band memory is performing at concerts and going to the Augustana Band Festival. His advice to the underclassmen is for the current band students and future band students to always practice and love the instrument that they play. Hunter would like to thank his parents and Ms. Halliday for supporting him all the way and pushing him to be better. After graduation, he has decided to attend the South Dakota School of Mines. Hunter Woodward. Our next senior is Blaze Art. Blaze is escorted by his parents, Jarvis and Gina Art. He has played football for 2 years. His favorite football memory is playing on the turf field in Madison. And his advice to the underclassmen is that no matter what, don't stop trying. He would like to thank Coach Evans for picking him to play linebacker even though he wanted to play defensive end. Also his parents for supporting him. After graduation, he will attend college to become an automotive engineer. Blaze Art. Our final senior tonight is Brady Virtue. Brady is escorted by his parents, Jason and Connie Virtue. He has played football for 12 years. His favorite football memory is playing at the Dakota Dome in Vermillion. His advice to the underclassmen is to work hard and have fun. Brady would like to thank his parents, coaches, and friends. They have been here to support and push me, he has said. After graduation, he plans to attend South Dakota State University to major in civil engineering. Brady Virtue. Let's have a big hand for all of our senior families.
my name is Ava Jari, and thank you for watching Wildcat TV. Hi, I'm Ava Hone, right side hitter. Thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Danny Marino. Thank you for watching Wildcat Football. Hi, I'm Brady Virtue. Thanks for watching Wildcat Football.
I'm Senior Lincoln Robb. Thanks for watching Wildcat TV.
My name is Ava Jari, and thank you for watching Wildcat TV. Hi, I'm Ava Hone, right side hitter. Thank you for watching Wildcat TV.
Hi, I'm Danny Marino. Thank you for watching Wildcat Football. Hi, I'm Brady Virtue. Thanks for watching Wildcat Football.
I'm senior Lincoln Robb. Thanks for watching Wildcat TV.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Custer Wildcats versus Rapid City Christian Comets football game here tonight. There is a minute remaining until the second half is going to get underway again. The current score is 28-3 in favor of the Comets. The Wildcats opened up the game tonight with a 9-play drive that ended with a Kieran Pasika 33-yard field goal. That was followed up then with the Comets answering and scoring a touchdown. Lindbergh had a 1-yard touchdown run. Then the Wildcats had a 3-and-out punt on their next possession, their second possession of the game. So a punt went to the Comets. The Comets started at their own 20. They drove 83 yards on 11 plays, had 3 first downs, and it was capped off with a Sully Kiefer 33-yard touchdown reception. So that took us to 14-3. Then the Wildcats threw an interception on the next play. Hudson Ogle intercepted that. Then the Comets drove 66 yards, and Ogle punched in a 9-yard touchdown on a reception. So the Comets took the lead 21-3. Then there was a scoop and score for Kaskin to take the lead to 28-3 for the Comets. Pasika's out there to kick for the Wildcats. Ball's picked up by number 10. That was Turner Tonkel. Tonkel runs out of bounds at the 30. So the second half is going to start with the Comets on their own 30. All right. So Comets continuing with their 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Had that look most of the game. Glenn back to pass on the first one. Pass intended for Kiefer. Kiefer and Lewis kind of got tangled up. Ball falls incomplete.
2nd and 10, Comets.
So Comets will have a 2nd and 10. Wildcats defense so far tonight, other than that last possession where the Comets just ran out of time, have not come up with any stops. So the defense looking to get started with the stop here. Option for the quarterback. Pitch to Lindbergh. Lindbergh's still on his feet as he nears the sideline over there. He's still on his feet. He's finally going to be tackled by,
First down, Comets.
looks like number 13, which I believe is Bailey. Relic Bailey. Was drawing a blank there for a moment. Kept thinking of his brother's name. So Relic Bailey in there on the tackle. Nice tackle by Relic. He's been seeing some more minutes on the defensive side of things there. The freshman linebacker for the Wildcats plays hard. A little bit smaller than some of the other linebackers that maybe you see from other schools, but really makes up for it with how hard that he plays. But that was a first down for the Comets. The Comets hand off quickly, and it's Notaboom, who is still on his feet. David Lewis finally able to take him down at the 25. So Notaboom snuck through the gap there on the Comets' third play. And they've got back-to-back first downs, 2 big gains for the Comets. So the Comets are on their own. They're on the Wildcat 24-yard line, deep into the Wildcat territory now. And moving the ball well on this drive. QB option again. Another pitch coming to Notaboom. This is Blaze Arp that takes him down. Notaboom will pick up 4 on the play. Good motion there from the Comets.
He's 2nd and 6 for the Comets.
2nd down and 6 coming for the Comets with 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Pass thrown to Koskin.
Pass complete to Koskin for the Comet touchdown.
So Koskin on the reception. So that was Comets 5 plays, 3 first downs. Complete, capped off with a 20-yard touchdown reception there for Koskin. They go for 2. Immermino stops. Kiefer just shy.
Attempt is no good.
So the attempt there was no good. It'll be 34-3. Comets with 9 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third. At the conclusion of the game, we're going to allow the teams to shake hands and finish up their huddles, but we're going to have a couple of Wildcat seniors up here tonight to do some post-game interviews, so we hope that you'll stick around for that and listen to those after the game. So back deep for the Wildcats, Imermino, Virtue, and Trout. Williams to kick. Kick to Trout. Trout takes it at the 15. Still on his feet. Gets out past the 30, taken down at the 34.
Return, Wildcats will take over 1st and 10.
Just a beautiful night out here in Custer. Temps are cooler than they have been at the last couple of Friday night football games, but cannot complain. Absolutely no wind. That flag across the way hanging completely still. Quick pass to Virtue. That pass is complete. Pick up a 5 on the play, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Gain of about 5 will be 2nd and 5. Custer.
For the Wildcats. So another completion for John Core there. And then the interception. Been looking pretty good in the backfield there for John Core, at quarterback for the Wildcats. Just been some short yardage stuff, and then Wildcats haven't really been able to capitalize on anything or break any big plays loose. John Core still rolling out. He throws this pass. It's short. It's intercepted by Koskin. Koskin picked it off at the 47.
Pass intercepted by Reagan Koskin. Comet 1st down.
So the Comets are going to take over. They've got great field position. Comets are at the Wildcat 28. So Koskin has a scoop and score and an interception on the night, along with the touchdown reception. Handoff to Lindbergh. Lindbergh out wide. Trout able to force him out of bounds. Lindbergh picked up 5 or 6 on the play, so it's going to bring down 2nd down in about 4.
He's 2nd and 5 for the Comets.
So Comets have the ball here with 8 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers right, 2 left for Glenn. Notaboom in the backfield. Handoff is faked. Glenn keeps it. Enough for a 1st down. He's tackled by LaPlaca. So Zayden LaPlaca out there all the way to the sideline to force him out of bounds and tackle him out of bounds.
And it will be Comet 1st down.
So it'll be a 1st down for the Comets. So Comets into the red zone here. They've found success every time they've been in the red zone in tonight's game. Reminder, they're on a 2-game winning streak coming in. Quarterback drops back, then tucks it, decides to run, and looks like he steps out of bounds. Gain of 1 or 2 on the play. Tackle by Trout. Looked like Kern was out there. LaPlaca again in the area, and Lewis.
Gain of 1 will be 2nd and 9.
So 2nd down and 9 for the Comets. Comets with 3 receivers on this near side, 1 out on the far side. Glenn takes it. He rolls out, looking to pass. He hits Kiefer. It's deflected by
Intercepted by
Jackson
Brady
Trant and
Virtue.
intercepted by Brady Virtue.
Wildcats will take over from their 4-yard line.
So the Wildcats are going to take over possession. They're going to be all the way back at their own 4. But the Wildcat defense finally able to come up with a stop. I believe it was Trant that got a hand on the ball, and Brady Virtue was then able to secure it for the Wildcat interception. There's 7 minutes and 29 seconds remaining in this third quarter. The Wildcats trail the Comets 34-3. Handoff to Imarmino. Imarmino gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play. Looks like a gain of 1. So a 2nd down and 9 for the Wildcats, with those backs having to start in their own end zone. The front line for the Comets has had some good pressure. Of course, Mellendorf and Manti each have a sack. Imarmino met right at the line again. Gain of 1 on the play. So 3rd down and 8 for the Wildcats. So front line so far for the Comets is only giving up 2 yards to the backs of the Wildcats. Joncourt takes a snap, looks to pass, quick pass in Virtue's direction. Kiefer stepped in front of it and deflected it. So it'll bring up a 4th down for the Wildcats. The Wildcats have the ball in their own 6. So Imarmino standing back just a couple yards shy of the back of the end zone. Has to jump for the snap, gets the punt off. It's a pretty short punt. It's very high. Bounces. It's picked up by Kiefer. Kiefer spins around at the 45. Tackle's missed by the Wildcats. He's still on his feet.
Sully Kiefer on the return.
Logan Olson and Carter Kern in on that tackle. So Kiefer returned that one for 15 yards to the Cats' 30. So good field position again for the Comets. Comets drop back to pass. Looking to their sideline. The pass is complete. That was number 20, Henry Kopman, the 6'6" junior wide receiver for the Comets. The Comets will have a 1st down on their first play of that possession. The clock is at 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third. I believe if the Comets score on this one, the clock will then run for the remainder of the game. Handoff is faked. Glenn will keep it. Glenn scampers into the end zone for a 14-yard touchdown. So the Comets will take the lead. Currently 40-3. They line up for the kick. It'll be Williams. Snaps good. Hold was down. Field goes up and good. So the lead moves to
With that
41
score, there will be a
to
running
3.
clock for the remainder of the half.
And we just heard over the speaker it will be a running clock for the remainder of this game. I need to flip my stat sheet over so I have another column here for the possessions. So this kick's going to come from Williams. The Wildcats haven't had much going on the offensive side of things in this one. There's 5 minutes, 17 seconds. Wildcats currently trail 41 to 3. Virtue takes this one. Makes one miss. Brady Virtue still on his feet. Out near midfield. He's going to be stopped. Looks like at the 47.
The Wildcats will take over, 1st and 10.
Yes, the ball's at the 47 there where the Wildcats are going to take over at their own 47, real close to midfield there. So Virtue gives the Wildcats a little bit of life. Officials look like they sent the wrong ball. So they're getting that ball over to the correct sideline. Wildcats have 2 receivers closest to us, 2 receivers on the far side of the screen. John Core at quarterback and Imarmino in the backfield. The flag on the play coming from the near side.
Imarmino on the carry, flag on the play.
Imarmino just got back to the line of scrimmage. We'll wait for the signal from the officials. Wildcats are going to be backed up. False start for the Wildcats, backs them up 5, so it'll be
Penalty is on the Wildcats. It'll be
first and 15 for the Wildcats. Again, we hope that you stick around to hear from a couple of Wildcat seniors at the conclusion of the game tonight on their experience with Wildcat football and what it means to be playing their last home game of their career as the clock just goes under 4 minutes remaining in the third. Man in motion is Arp. Pitch to Imarmino. Imarmino, a foot race to the outside. He gets there. He's across the 50 to the 40. He's got to make one man miss. Does. He shakes it off. Anyone going to catch him? No, they are not. Danny Imarmino goes for the touchdown. A 59-yard touchdown run from Imarmino. So excellent run there from Imarmino. Got all the way to the outside, had to make one man miss, and just did. And the rest of the Comets were unable to catch him. And Imarmino goes in for a 59-yard touchdown rush. We've got Pasica in for the extra point. And it was good. So the Wildcats will go to 10. Comets at 41. There's 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the third quarter here. I'm going to step aside for a quick break while we wait for the two teams to line up for the kickoff. Pasica on to kickoff for the Wildcats. We appreciate Tristan Williams, Ross, and Sean Compton all tuning in from home. I apologize for the mispronunciation. We'll work on getting that, so just note boom on that. Thank you for helping me out there. I appreciate it. So on this one, the Comets are going to take over. The clock is going to continue to move as the lead was over 35. So it's going to keep ticking on this drive. The ball will be at the 36 of the Comets. Hand off to Lindbergh. Still on his feet. He's wrapped up by Trout. He'll gain 8 on the play.
Second down, Comets.
Second down and short for the Comets. With 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. So Comets move Lindbergh to more of a tight end. Noteboom in as the running back. Handoff goes to Noteboom. Quick to hit that gap. He's still on his feet, but ball came out. So the ball came out on the play as Noteboom went to the ground. The Wildcats' Lincoln Golder scoops up that fumble. So the Wildcats, after that touchdown from Imarmino, get a defensive stop. And they're going to take over at their own 47. That handoff looked like it was to Lewis.
David Lewis with the carry.
Mellendorf
Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
was there to stop him, along with a couple other Comets. So that'll bring up second down and 10 for the Wildcats. Three men in the backfield for the Wildcats. Fake handoff coming. Virtue turns and runs. Veek throws the pass, but it's incomplete. There's 20 seconds remaining in this third quarter. At this quarter break, we'll take a moment to kind of highlight a couple of the other Wildcat squads that are playing this fall. The volleyball squad and the cross-country team. So this is going to take us to the end of the third quarter.
That is the end of the third quarter.
The Comets currently lead 41-10. The volleyball team will be back in action at home on Tuesday against Hill City. The close squad of Hill City, who's been looking good as of late, took St. Thomas More to 5 sets the other night. And a game that I tuned into at the end there was a good back and forth game. And a lot of the Region 8 matchups are still going to be determined yet in the last little bit of regular season here in the next 2 weeks. For volleyball, the Custer boys cross country team qualified for the state track meet or state cross country meet. They won the Region 8 meet with Hill City coming in second. Imarmino coughs this one up. Looked like
and it is a Comet football.
The Comets will pick that one up. I believe it was Mellendorf that recovered that one. for the Comets. So the Comets are going to take over at the Wildcats 47. Glenn back to pass. Looking Kiefer's direction. Kiefer stepped out of bounds and was unable to catch that one. So with 11 minutes remaining here in the ball game, the Comets have a second down and 10 coming their direction. Handoff to Lindbergh. Lindbergh steps out of bounds. He gains 4 on the play. So to bring up third down and 6. Trant and LaPlaca in on the tackle.
Third down, Comets.
Comets pretty quick to line up on this play. Drop back to pass. Taking a shot. Overthrown. Pass was thrown in Koskin's direction. Trout and Lewis were both there for the Wildcats. That was about the first pass that Glenn has just flat out missed long. Been very solid tonight. 6'3" junior quarterback for the Comets has had a nice game. Also on the ground, making good choices in the options that they've run with them. He's back to pass again on this. Quick short one to Kiefer. Kiefer finds a little bit of a gap. It looked like Golder. Logan Olson.
First down, flag on the play.
There's a flag that came in late on the play. Kiefer. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Comets.
After the play, it'll be...
Looks like Kiefer's jersey's ripped over there. The clock at 8.5 minutes. So the Comets are going to be backed up 15 yards.
First and 10, sorry.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Comets. Eight minutes remaining in the ball game. QB option, Lindbergh picks up 3 on the play, maybe 4. Tackled by Virtue and Blaze Arp. So second down and 6. They did give him 4 on that play. Comets lined up, trips right, single left, fake handoff. That pass was intended for Ogle. Jackson Trant broke it up. Had Ogle not tipped it, I believe Trant would have got that, but the tip just deflected it enough so that it hit Trant kind of up in the face mask area and bounced off. So clock ticks under 7 minutes here. A third down and 6 for the Comets. QB keeper, enough for a first down for Glenn. Imermino tackles him.
With a delayed keeper, first down.
Glenn gets to the Wildcat 30. That was play number 6 on this drive for the Comets. Now 6 minutes remaining. Quick pass. David Lewis intercepts this one. I don't know if there's a little miscommunication there on the comments, but David Lewis comes up with the interception. So Wildcats with 5.5 minutes remaining regained possession. They're starting this possession at their own 25. $75 yards to go if they are to score a touchdown. Handoff's faked. Man open deep. Carter Kern catches the pass right at the 50-yard line. The officials are going to talk about it. Oh, incomplete pass.
Pass intended for Carter Kern. Incomplete.
Wildcats are wanting that one. The official on the sideline was able to see it. I'm glad that the back official did not just signal right away. That's some good officiating there by the crew, just to wait and have the patience to make sure somebody saw it, and if they hadn't seen it, would have discussed it and come up with a call on the play. So that official on the far side did a great job there, coming in and helping out. Postseason form for those guys. Pass goes Imermino's direction. There's a flag on the field.
Flag on the play.
Clock goes under 4 minutes. Comets up 41-10 still. A chop block on the Wildcats. So that's going to back the Wildcats up. Penalty is declined. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Wildcats with 3.5 minutes remaining.
3rd down, Wildcats.
So 3rd and long for the Wildcats. Wildcats are lined up. Snap good, taken to the air. John Core scrambles. He's going to keep it. Reaches for the first down. A flag on the play. I think he had enough for the first down, and we're probably going to have a late hit on that play. So first down, and then the penalty will be enforced with 2.5 minutes remaining.
Personal foul on the Comets.
So this will move the Wildcats to the 49. Not quite to midfield yet. So the clock nears the 2-minute here. 2-minute mark. Wildcats on their 5th play of the possession. Nice play by Veek to scramble and pick up the first down. Arp in motion. Hand off to Imermino. Imermino slips. He'll lose a yard on the play.
Immermino on the carry, lost his footing, lost a couple yards. It'll be second down, Wildcats.
This will be second down for the Wildcats and 11. Clock at a minute. Joncor looking to pass. Quick pass over the middle intended for Virtue. That's incomplete. Virtue is jammed up by Gerlich. The clock will continue to run as that lead had gone over 35. So clock is down below 40 seconds remaining now. Wildcats still have a play or two remaining. It's third down and long. Handoff to Immermino. Immermino cuts back, still on his feet, fighting for yards.
Fighting for yardage.
There's 3 comments there on the tackle. It'll bring up fourth down and 5 for the Wildcats with 12 seconds remaining. I don't know that the Wildcats will run another one. Nope, it looks like the Wildcats are walking to the sideline, and that's going to be our final tonight. The Rapid City Christian Comets are going to take the win 41-10. The Comets on the night, in the first half, scored on all of their offensive possessions. The Wildcats started the game with the field goal, a 33-yard field goal from Kieran Pasica. Then the Comets drove down the field and had a 1-yard touchdown run by Lindbergh to take the lead 7-3. Field goals for the Comets were kicked by Williams. The Wildcats then punted. The Comets had a 33-yard touchdown reception for Sully Kiefer to take the lead 14-3 just shortly into the second quarter. And then the Wildcats threw an interception, and it was Hudson Ogle that intercepted it. And then the Comets' drive was capped off with a 9-yard touchdown reception by Ogle to take the 21-3 lead. Then it was a 25-yard scoop and score for Reagan Kaskin to take the Comet lead up to 28-3. Then nothing happened to finish the half out, so our halftime score was 28-3. Coming out of halftime, Gaskin scored the first touchdown for the Comets on their first drive, a 20-yard touchdown reception. And then there was a bobbled snap and a missed 2-point conversion then. So the Comets were up 34-3. Then Gaskin had an interception. Brady Virtue for the Wildcats had an interception on the next Comets drive. And then the Wildcats, I forgot to write down what happened on that. I believe it was 3 and out and a punt from their end zone. Yep, that's what happened on that play, or that possession. And then it was a 14-yard QB keeper for Glenn to take the 41-3 lead for the Comets. And then on the next Wildcat possession, the Wildcats scored their only touchdown of the game on a 59-yard touchdown run by Danny Immermino. Then there was a fumble recovered by Lincoln Golder. Then the Wildcats fumbled it right back, and that one was Mellendorf that scooped up that fumble. Mellendorf also had a sack on the night. And then David Lewis intercepted the pass on the next possession of the Comets, and then the Wildcats there ran out of time to end the game. So the final was 41-10. Now for the football games, I've just been giving out some hypothetical game balls. There's nothing up here for those players, but just like to recognize some of the play of the players that were out there tonight. I'll pick one from the Comets. I probably actually got 2 for the Comets. One of them's got to be Mellendorf. I feel like he was in the backfield a lot for the Comets on the defensive side of things. Had that sack in the first half, and then had the fumble recovery there in the late in the second half. So defensive player of the game for the Comets in my book is Mellendorf. great play on that side of the ball. And then as for the offensive side of things, they had some explosive play, but I was really impressed. I know there are a couple of late interceptions from Glenn, but I'd have to go with Glenn on it. Just his ability to read in that option and make good decisions. Was running hard when he was running and keeping it himself. He really didn't miss many passes on the night. Just a couple of them. One of them was deflected that ended up intercepted. So I'd have to go with Glenn for the Comets. As for the Wildcats on the defensive side of things, I'm going to go with Lincoln Golder. Golder was the one on the fumble recovery. Of course, we also had David Lewis, who had an interception, and Brady Virtue, who had an interception. But Lincoln Golder, just on that end there for the Wildcats, was able to swallow up a lot of things and was involved in a lot of plays there for the Wildcats. On the offensive side, probably have to go with Danny Imermino on the long touchdown run. Really could have gone between him or Virtue. Virtue had a lot of passes thrown his direction. He came up with a lot of them. Really only dropped a couple that maybe should have been caught, but overall just a good game from those two seniors for the Wildcats. We're waiting here. The Wildcats are meeting in their end zone. Head coach Russ Evans has them down there. Those seniors for the Wildcats tonight, will be stepping off their home football field for their last time in a Wildcat uniform. They're not done for the season. They still have a regular season game left with Lakota Tech at Lakota Tech, so they'll be on the road next week. We won't be able to broadcast that, but best of luck to the Wildcats in that one. We'll have Danny Imermino, Logan Olson, Zayden LaPlaca, Blaze Arp, and Brady Virtue, the 5 seniors on the Wildcat roster that have played their final game at the Custer football field here. We're going to hear from a couple of them after they conclude this meeting, but in the meantime, I hope you stick around and wait just a little bit so we can hear from those seniors that are hopefully going to be headed this direction, but we need to wait until coaches complete their talks. The Comets win their 4th game on the season, and the Wildcats fall to 1-7 with one more remaining. Our next broadcast will be the volleyball broadcast against Hill City on Tuesday night, so we hope all of you can tune in for that one. But I'm going to step aside, take a quick little break, and then we're going to bring you right back for some post-game interviews from a couple of seniors. All right, welcome back here. I'm joined by a couple of seniors. The first one that we're going to hear from is senior Zayden LaPlaca, the offensive and defensive lineman, playing both ways in all of our football games this year. You know, just the first thing to get things started, I know it's a tough one out there, but what does it mean to be playing that last football game at home in a Wildcat uniform?
It's everything. I want to appreciate my team. Everyone's working as hard as they can. We're low on numbers, but even on those games that we're way behind, everyone's pushing as hard as they can to get those tackles. Everyone's working as hard as they can.
Yeah, I just absolutely love to see that. You know, you being a senior, you leading some of that group, just having one more game after this one against Lakota Tech, you know, to carry over, building on this one. What are you guys going to have to do to find a win at Lakota Tech?
I think we're just going to have to keep doing what we're doing. Maybe capitalize a little bit more on those drives. We're turning over. Less 3-and-outs. Keep getting more first downs. A little bit better blocking, I think. But I think if we keep working hard this week, we should pull out a W next week.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see that for you guys and to see all that hard work that you have been putting in and things like that. Just hit a little bit on maybe some of the underclassmen that are going to be up and coming and how their growth has improved or how much they've grown over the year. And I know a big part of that is with you guys, you and Logan here that we're going to hear from next, and leading the way kind of in that in not only the locker room but in the weight room as well over the summer. I saw you guys in there constantly. So just what does it mean to be able to lead some of those young guys?
Those young guys are pushing as hard as they can, too. Give it a couple more years, they're going to be good. They're playing hard this year. Those freshmen are looking really good. You got Relic Bailey, Will Kimball. They're already part of the team both ways. They're playing really well, good football as a freshman. So I think in a couple years, they're going to have a pretty good team coming.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Zayden, it's been a great pleasure to be able to watch you out there. I'm excited to watch one more football game from you out there against Lakota Tech. And best of luck to you in that one. Go lead these guys to a victory down there at Lakota Tech. Thanks for joining me up here.
That's the plan, Vincent. Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to have Logan Olson stepping over here for us next. Thanks again to Zayden LaPlaca, the senior for the Wildcats. So another senior here. Can you hear me good?
Yes.
All right, this is Logan Olson, another offensive and defensive lineman here for the Wildcats. We're going to start off a little bit like I did with Zayden there. You know, last home football game for you as a senior. What does it mean to put on those Wildcat pads? I know you've got one more game coming, but just to have that last home game, what does that mean?
It means everything to me. I mean, I've been watching them since I was little. I mean, always wanted to be Wildcat, so.
Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. I can tell the passion that you have out there. One of the plays I wanted to ask you about, it was listed in senior night program and read off a little bit. It was that game up in Lead Deadwood where the lineman, right, got an interception. Can you take us through a little bit of that play and what was going through your head when you scooped that one up?
I mean, I broke through the line. It was a little bit too easy, so I was assuming it was a screen. I mean, we've been preparing all week on film, and it went right to me. I almost dropped it, and I couldn't believe it at first. I actually caught it.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, you don't see a lot of defensive linemen that are coming up with interceptions on that. It's just been awesome to see, though, your leadership out there from game one that I watched all the way through this, your leadership in the weight room as well for some of those young guys. What's maybe some of the advice that you'd have for some of those young guys moving on? Not just, I know we've got one more game next week, so just into next week, and then after this season is done, what do you have to say to some of those guys that you've been leading?
Just to hit the weight room, hit it early, freshman, sophomore year, be better than hitting it later, and just listen to your coaches and get some better technique.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Logan. Any other words, or what do we got to do to go get one more win on this season? Instead of being stuck at 1, let's find our way to 2, right? What do we got to do against Lakota Tech, or what do we got to do at practice this week?
We just got to clean it up, work as a team, and no penalties.
Oh, that sounds great. Thanks, Logan, for joining us up here. Again, this is senior Logan Olson. He joined us after the loss for the Wildcats. Best of luck next week. Lead those guys to a victory down there at Lakota Tech.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Tate and Vincent, and I'm going to be signing off here tonight with the Custer High School Media Group. We appreciate all of you who have tuned in and stayed on for this long. I hope you all have a